Hey, entrepreneurs, classroom, good afternoon. It is your girl, Jeannine Trainer with Total Transformation with Wellness Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here. Just a couple of minutes late. As you know, you've heard me say it before, life happens, right? And as entrepreneurs, we know at any time a wrench can be thrown in our plans. So I left the house to take my daughter to work and left my phone sitting right on the counter. My husband had to call my daughter and let her know, tell mommy her phone is here. Because I actually was going to go about my business and do my live kind of in transit. But I had to come back home, so I am here. I made it. I'm not going to hold everybody up. I want to say hello and hey to everybody who may be catching the replay. Thank you so much. Again, I am Jeannine Trainer with Total Transformation, where transformation is inevitable and your results will definitely be incredible. I want to also thank Grace, who is just wonderful, for creating this space for entrepreneurs to come and share some of their, content and talents and skills in the area of field that they work in. And I really do appreciate her for allowing me to come in here on this Wellness Wednesday and share some tips with you guys. And also, this is week number 4 for me. So I know we were doing 4 weeks and, we'll see. Hopefully I'll get picked back up, right? Wink, wink, Grace. I'm having a ball. So we're going to recap over the past 3 weeks before we go into the message today. So week number 1, as you guys learned, I like the number 5. So we always do 5 tips. Week 1 was 5 tips just to help you get started on a healthier walk. That's it. Just 5 tips to help you get going and to help you on that weight loss journey. Week number 2, we talked about the most common illnesses or diseases, and there was kind of a common denominator, kind of factor there, and that factor was being overweight. We talked about how being overweight brings on or attributes to 5 common illnesses. Now, last week for week 3, we discussed 5 low impact exercises, because there's no excuse for anybody not to get up and get moving, no matter what your ailment may be or your disability may be. Guess what? There's an exercise for you and you can move. I'm a witness to it. I'm a testimony. You see me and I'm perky and I'm all happy, but there's days where I'm in a lot of pain, but I don't let that pain get me. I keep going because there's exercises I could do that could help me, okay? So now that we did the recap, we're going to jump into today. So today, 5 tips to help maintain your weight loss. We talked about how to get started. We talked about, healthy eating, about the common diseases, about exercising. So now we're going to talk about, once you do get that weight off, how can you maintain it? That is something that's very important to a lot of people, because they feel like once they get the weight off, slowly but surely, they feel like it creeps back on. And that's because there's just some things that sometimes we don't do. So I'm going to share with you guys today the 5 common tips to help maintain your weight loss, okay? We're going to start with number 1. Number 1, I need you guys to plan your meals. Yes, plan your meals as much as possible. We talked earlier in a live about being repetitive with your meals. I know some people don't like being repetitive, but I'm telling you, it truly, truly works. Plan out your meals. It's okay to have a little repetition in your meals. And also, you want to do everything in moderation. So once we get this weight off, we have to realize maybe it's not a good thing to eat 3 pieces of chicken at dinner. Moderation. Get your serving size. Usually the meat you say in the palm of your hand, that's a serving size of meat. And you just have to be mindful, excuse me guys, mindful of what you're eating, the portions. That's key. That's important. So if you could plan your meals in portion size, they even have now where they have plates. And you can order these off of Amazon, where it has the little sections and it's already measured out for you to help you stay on track, okay? So number 1, you want to plan your meal as much as possible ahead of time. You don't ever want to be in a bind where you're starving, you don't know what to eat, because that's when you go off and you start, kind of doing those things you're not supposed to do. So we want to make sure that we plan our meals as much as possible. Now, when I say that, it's healthy meals, of course, but I want you to know that once you reach that goal, I don't want you to feel like you're restricted and you can't ever eat those foods that you love, but it's also in moderation. Have a day that's a treat day, right? So if you go through your week, Monday through Friday, and you're eating healthy, you're eating your portions under control and everything, well, why not take the weekend? Whether it is you know, in your household have a Friday night that's a date night, or Saturday that's family time, or if that's big Sunday dinner that you sit with your family, pick a day that's a treat day where you kind of splurge and indulge in those things that you like, okay? So I don't want you to feel like that everything is just taken from you, but you want to make sure that the majority of your life you are maintaining this weight, and the majority is you eating healthy in a healthy manner and portion controls. But yes, treat yourself once a week. Treat yourself to, you know, whether you want to call it a day or just a meal. That's a personal preference, because you have to know yourself and know what you can handle. Some people can't handle a whole cheat day because it would just be over. So if it's just a treat meal or a special little, maybe you just want to eat a dessert, you have to find that balance in your life and figure out what works best for you, okay? Number 2, okay, now that we talked about planning the meals, another way to help to keep the weight off is to eat 6 small meals a day, okay? Make sure you eat 6 small meals a day. Do not ever skip a meal. People think they skip a meal, they don't eat, oh, I'm gonna lose weight. No, you really don't. You really, you know, going backwards with that. So you want to make sure you eat 6 small meals. You don't want to skip a meal, and especially you want to make sure you get breakfast. If you don't do anything else, make sure you get up and you eat breakfast. That's the most important meal of the day. So you want to make sure you start your day off there with breakfast. You know, this will allow your body to get the fuel that it needs to go through the day. So you want to make sure you eat those meals. You want to make sure you start off with breakfast. You're fueling up your body and you're getting everything that you need, okay? And also, when you skip meals and you do stuff like that, you're kind of breaking down your metabolism and it's running really slow. We want to keep that metabolism going because that's going to help you burn those calories, okay? So that's tip number 2, eat small meals. Do not skip breakfast. Make sure you get breakfast, and that is the most important meal of the day. I know we heard it growing up. It may sound cliche, but it truly is the most important meal of the day. Now, number 3. You've heard me say it over and over and over again, and you've actually seen me every live I've had it. Because I was rushing, I don't have it with me right now. I left it in the kitchen. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. You must drink water, okay? I don't care what journey you're on. You always have to make sure you drink your water. This will help you to flush out, you know, some of that yuck that we get in our bodies. You don't realize it helps us flush out our system, and it also helps to fill our system. So a neat trick, when you're eating a meal, 30 minutes before you eat, drink a glass of water. What does it help you do? It helps to kind of fill up your belly. So when you're eating, you don't eat as much. So that's a cool little trick to help you not to overindulge and overeat. You want to make sure you get that water in at least 30 minutes before the meal, because it will fill you up. You want to make sure you're drinking water all throughout your day. You want to make sure you're drinking at least 8-ounce glasses of water a day. If you can get a little more in, awesome, great. Some people challenge themselves to say they're going to drink a whole gallon a day, but you just want to make sure you're getting that water in. Water will definitely help you to maintain that weight. And you could also do different things with water. You could put lemon in the water. You could cut a fruit in the water and infuse it. And that will kind of give you a little fruity taste in that water and get you away from those sugary drinks. Because you'll be amazed. A lot of time weight gets on you and packs up on you just from the sugary drinks we drink. The drinks, the sodas, all of that stuff. You want to make sure you kind of step away from it. So if you get a regimen in with your water and infuse it with the fruit, then you're one step closer to just getting rid of that juice, okay? So water. Number 4, exercise regularly. Yes, that should be the no-brainer. We talked about low-impact exercises last week. To maintain weight loss, you have to stay active, right? Because if you're just eating and you're not being active, you're not burning anything. So you have to become active. I know some people don't like the gym, and there's alternatives. It's not always the traditional exercise that you think about. If you love a sport, that's exercise. If you love basketball, play basketball, baseball, soccer, kickball, whatever it is that you enjoy sports athletic-wise, do that. And that is a form of exercise. Jumping rope is a form of exercise, and that's what you want to do. Some people like to go out and go rowing. That is great upper body exercise to get your muscles going and to burn those calories. So whatever it is that you enjoy doing, you just got to get out there and do it. But you must get that exercise in, okay? And you have to be consistent. So I'm not telling you it has to be every single day, but if you want to maintain that weight loss, I recommend 3 to 4 times a week, making sure you get in at least 30 minutes of exercise, okay? If you can get 30 minutes in a day, that would be wonderful. 30 minutes go by like that. And it doesn't always have to be exercise. Those days that you're not really doing no, rigorous exercise, just go for a walk. Go for a walk, because guess what? That's still pumping the blood to the heart and getting you moving. So you just want to make sure you're moving about. And that exercise will definitely help you maintain the weight loss. Now, number 5. This is something that we all probably don't want to hear. I'm sorry guys, I'm just making sure I'm not running over time. This is something that we probably don't want to deal with, but we have to. Deal with your food demons. I said it, yes. There's a reason why that, most of us like to eat or we overindulge. A lot of us are emotional eaters, and there are triggers. There's triggers that get us to that point to where we overeat. Okay, I could be honest and I could say, yes, I'm an emotional eater. If I'm sad, I eat. If I'm angry, I eat. So, that's my triggers. Also, there's people, if they're happy, they're eating. So you just have to know what your trigger is, and you have to work on that and really tap into that. So because I know if I'm sad, I eat, or if I'm angry, I eat, I have to make sure I keep myself busy during those times and stay away from the kitchen, especially if you're home. If you're home, you feel like you have nothing else to do but go to that refrigerator. So you have to work through those food demons, as I call it, and figure out what are the triggers. What are those things that are taking you to that place to overindulge and overeat, and that's keeping the weight on us and making it hard for us to lose that weight. We really have to, look into that, because sometimes it can be really, really, things that really need to be dealt with, okay? Sometimes it's things from people's past. Sometimes it's insecurities. It's all kind of things, but we need to take a look at them, and we need to get on a plan that'll help us deal with that in a way that does not involve food, okay? Because food is not the cure for all things, even though we would like to think it is. It's actually doing us more harm than good at times. It's comfort. That's why they call it comfort food. But at the end of the day, once you're done, and I know I'm speaking from self-experience, once I'm comforting myself with that food and I'm done, I feel so bad. Because 9 times out of 10, my belly's hurting. And then I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, what did you just do? And you start to beat yourself up. So we have to deal with those food demons, deal with those things that are making us overindulge in food. And that is also going to help us to keep our weight, maintained once we lose it. Because if you lose all the weight and you don't deal with those things, then you go through that cycle of what we call the yo-yo. I lose it, but then here we go. I'm gaining it again, and then I lose it again, and I'm gaining it. So we don't want the yo-yo. No, we don't want the yo-yo. We want to get to a place where we lose it and can maintain keeping it off and live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so those are the 5 tips. I'm going to go through them once again. Plan your meals as much as possible. Plan them and do not skip a meal. Make sure you eat breakfast. You want to make sure, number 2, you eat in 6 small meals a day. 3 meals, 3 snacks. You want to make sure you get that in. That'll help get you going, fuel your body, and get that metabolism moving. Number 3, you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water and stay hydrated. That is like key. Water, water, water. No matter where you go, have a bottle of water with you. Number 4, exercise regularly. No excuses, guys. There's an exercise for everybody's ability, and you cannot tell me you don't have one, because I'll find one for you. So exercise regularly. And number 5, deal with those food demons. They're real. They are so real. Deal with the triggers. What makes you go to food as that comfort? You want to deal with those, because when you deal with those, you're one step ahead of the game, okay? So guys, I just want to say a big thank you again for allowing me to come into the classroom and share some health and wellness tips on this Wellness Wednesday. Again, thank you so much to Grace for allowing me to come and use this platform to share some of my health and wellness tips and just introduce myself to everybody. Hopefully, like I said, we'll revisit and see and my show get picked back up. I'm truly enjoying this and I'm loving it. In the title, there is a link to take you to A Healthier You with Coach Jeannine. That is a Facebook group that I have where you are welcome to come. We share tips. We go through this journey called weight loss together. And if you have any questions about anything that I do, any of the products, I also offer natural and organic products. If you have any questions about those, you could definitely go connect with me there. I have, products, like I said, the cleansing tea, which is awesome, to all natural and organic supplements to help with those ailments that I discussed: high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, inflammation, arthritis, fibromyalgia, you name it. There's a supplement for it, as well as supplements to help you get ripped. Yes, get toned up. So we have something for everybody. So if you're interested and need something to help you along with that weight loss journey, like our life capsules, or just drop our HCG reactor capsules, which I'm about to start and track my journey with those, please connect with me at A Healthier You with Coach Jeannine. The link is up in the description. Again, thank you so much for tuning in with me for this Wellness Wednesday. And one more time, I am your girl, Jeannine Trainer, with Total Transformation, where transformation is inevitable and your results will definitely be incredible. Guys, I'll see you next time. Have an awesome and amazing Wednesday. Bye.